Okay, I got a lot of requests for this video. I hope this doesn't come across as arrogant or know-it-all or something like that, but I think I'm a little experienced on Gilmour's style, whether it's tone or technique or playing. If you listen to me on this video and bear with me on however long this video is, I guarantee you're gonna see progress. Pick up your guitar, just listen to me and my notes, of course, and do send me your progress. If you don't believe me, in a month, I will personally make an apology just for you. Okay, so we gotta get this out. Nothing sounds like the master himself. I mean, he got his reputation by playing that one note. I mean, that one note that makes you feel like $1,000,000. Or $100 if it's in a minor key. Now I've said exercises, but I'm gonna give you 4 guitar solos actually that you have to play every day. I mean every day. You gotta pick up your guitar, play the 4 songs that I'm gonna give you right now over and over again. And no, Time, Money, Another Brick in the Wall, Come to Milan, they're not on this list. Because if you master these 4 solos, those are a piece of cakes. And I'm actually giving you solos and not exercise, because no exercise is gonna be enough. I mean, I watched a lot of Gilmour technique videos while I was preparing for this video, and honestly, sliding instead of just picking the note sounds like a newbie advice. It comes across as lazy teacher tactic. Tactical Hell, Robert Greene, read the book? No? Okay, so listen to me. I'm a self-taught guitarist, as you can probably guess from my sloppy playing sometimes, but really, real exercises are boring, and no amount of trick will get you there. I mean, I hate practicing, just like you, but there's no trick for hard work. I mean, believe me, I was the kid who was playing at night at 1 a.m. I mean, after 10 hours of work, with the 5 hours of sleep he got yesterday. If you want to get professional tutoring, however, that's a perfect decision. That's what you should do. And you should buy courses from professionals. But if you want to master a certain player, like Gilmour or Hendrix or Jimmy Page or Mark Knopfler or whatever, you have to play the guy over and over and over again. If you're a Hendrix master, of course you're going to struggle with Gilmour. If you're master of Jimmy Page, of course you're going to struggle with Mark Knopfler. This is how it works, unfortunately. I can't play Jimmy Page or Eric Johnson or Richie Blackmore or B.B. King for that matters, because I've never experienced them. I almost never try to play like them, and it's not even my style. But I've played David Gilmour like thousands of times, so that's why you gotta work with your brain and fingers together. You gotta play the same song 100 times and 100 times more after that. Then you should record yourself, listen, and you're probably gonna sound better, but you have to play it 100 more times. Then you'll start to sound like the guy you're trying to sound like. And this is how you create your own style, by playing 20 different men hundreds of times and mix what you learn from them. If you don't believe me, watch what Gilmour says about that.
My musical taste is so broad. The folk music world, you know, your Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie, Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, Hank Marvin, Eddie Cochran, you know, thousands. There's
Right.
just thousands, and all of those people's music has entered my subconscious and created a sort of mishmash that has become what is, I suppose, my style.
So you see, this is why this video is going to improve your Gilmour playing, because you will be practicing exact same thing that the master played. Not tricks like sliding or bending a few notes, exact same solos and techniques, of course. Play more, I mean, that's double the fun. Why do you think Hendrix is the greatest of all time? Because he was playing over and over and over again, while he was eating, while he was sleeping with women, while he was just hanging out with his friends. I mean, so let's get back to the songs. Now you can already play songs like Comfortably Numb, Money, Another Brick in the Wall, Time, and you're mostly okay with how you sound, but you want to take it to the next level, or you just want to improvise over the same chord progression, but you're struggling, right? Because it's not all about just learning the classic songs from the master. that wasn't terrible. Tell me if it was terrible or if you didn't like that. Sorry, I'm not entirely satisfied with what came out, but it's still a good jam nonetheless. And I can play like that whenever I pick up my guitar, because I've mastered the following 4 songs. So, the first song you need to master and play over and over and over again is On the Turning Away. It's actually a little must for Gilmour enthusiasts like you and me. You're gonna master bends, tremolo work, your fretboard going up and down, and timing. Now I can't stress enough about tremolo because I see a lot of people playing Not Now John. They're playing like this. This is not the correct way to play it. This is how you should play. Of course, without gain, you don't hear much tapping, but you see? Subtle difference, but it actually makes quite a difference. So let's just see a couple of licks with close-up. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna use a Kleinish amp, but you should really check my Patreon if you're looking for nailed-down tone guides for specific songs, pedal and amp settings, and exceptional tabs and backing tracks. I mean, okay, no more shameless plug. So this is on G. Going the fretboard up and down. You hear that? Without big muff and everything, you hear a little, but you get the point. You're gonna use hammer on for the 15 and just bend your tremolo. You hear that? A little bend. A little bend. You can do this too, but you can do this too. You hear that? You can just do this too. But this is not as fancy as the other one. Another great tremolo work here. With big muff, this is gonna sound perfect. You can just watch my cover. You're gonna pick the second string on your low E and do the tremolo work. Tremolo again, as you can see. And here is a great slide. You hear that? So amazing lick here. Again, perfect slide and perfect way to come into the solo again. Again. You can hear this on a few songs actually on Sorrow. Gilmour uses this type of stuff on Keep Talking, Sorrow, On the Turning Away. Just loves this stuff and I love it too. Another great pull-off here. This is actually for On the Turning Away only, but it's no harm to learn this, right? This is on 8, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 8, 0. Again, a little close up. This is actually the only time I've ever seen Gilmour with the tapping. You can just play it here too. But this is no fun. I mean, when he finishes a lick, it just doesn't fade out. But you gotta bend a little. You see that? You can just do this, or you can do the better way. It's actually not a full bend, but just give it a little vibrato. You see? Just... Let's just keep going. Now the new part with a little close-up. And when you just use your tremolo or vibrato, this is boring. You see? Patience. So another great thing I love about Gilmour's solo is he keeps up the tempo with a perfect lick. I mean, of course you have to do hammer-ons or pull-offs, not just because I don't have much gain, so I have to pick it again. But with a big muff or high gain, you don't need to just pick twice. You can just hammer on. Again. You see, he doesn't just burst into tremolo. This is the wrong way and this is the right way. Let's go over the licks one more time. Okay, second solo you should play over and over again and master is In Any Tongue. I highly recommend you play the Pompeii version and master the Pompeii version because it's a little longer and a lot more technique there. I debated having another brick in the wall here instead of In Any Tongue, but then I realized, I mean, how often do you see David Gilmour play 2.5 bends? I mean, off the top of my head, maybe Pulls Apart another, but I don't see any other. So you don't need to master 2.5 step bends. It would be better if you do, of course, but you don't need to master. But what you gotta master is half step bends, full step bends, 1.5 step bends, and this song does that perfectly. So you're gonna master bends, vibrato, and slides Oh my god, the slides, perfect slides. Perfect slides and perfect solo. Let's just see a couple of licks. I mean, if you can just master the first lick, you can just master slides and bends. You hear that? One and a half step. Like I said, you don't need to master 2.5 step bends, but you gotta master 1.5 step bends. I mean, without gain, it just sustains a little low, so it keeps going on. And a rake here. You remember this? On the turning away? Like this, or you remember that? Just go watch the on the turning away part, but you gotta just give it a little. Again. Like. Big bend here, big. Perfect rake here. I mean, you can see little bends here and there all the time. You have to master that. We can just continue ahead. I have never seen Gilmour play like this. Another classic Gilmour style, just going down the fretboard. And it starts to climb up again. You see, he plays the same thing over and over again. It sounds perfect. Actually, there's a pinch harmonic here, but I can't get that with this low gain. And the perfect slide comes right after here. I mean, with all that's going on over here, all of a sudden he just slides up and bends. You can see this on Have a Cigar too. I mean, he loves to play a little funky. Again, from the top, let's just see. And then climbing again. Perfect slide here. Double bend, I mean. You gotta master the song. Okay, so we got On the Turning Away, we got In Any Tongue, and a third solo you should play over and over again and master is Any Color You Like, but 1972 version. This is a little out of the ordinary, I know, yeah, but this psychedelic masterpiece is one of the most important songs for mastering the master himself. Because you learn how to keep a tempo, and you learn a very cool phrasing called Dorian mode. I love playing on Dorian modes. And this particular one is on D Dorian. He uses Dorian mode on Echoes' funky part, Breathe, probably a lot more that I don't remember right now. This one is a chill, psychedelic Gilmour style solo, and the most important technique here is waiting. I mean, you have to be patient to play sometimes. This is a big work on Gilmour technique. Like I said, you have to not play sometimes. So we're gonna see a couple of licks. You gotta master this song. And if you do master the Dorian mode, you can play one of the greatest grooves of all time, Who Knows by Jimi Hendrix. You see? So by any chance, if you follow me and master this song, you're going to be mastering bends, of course. Patience, not playing sometimes, or waiting for the perfect moment. Following tempo, soft and hard picking, among others, and of course slides and everything. So like I said, this is an important one, even though it's overlooked. If you master this song, there is no limit to your inner Gilmour, Gilmourishness, your Gilmorella, whatever it is. Let's see some mix. It's actually a perfect groove between D minor and G. So like I said, you have to keep the tempo. It's here. You gotta wait before the drums kick in. Like so. G, 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 D minor. Oh my god, perfect lick. Dorian mode. So sometimes he picks really hard and sometimes he picks very soft. They're pretty different. I'm gonna show you. You see the difference? That actually depends on your pedal, because some pedals react very differently for different types of picking. I'm using a Charlie Brown from GHS. Sorry. And again. And a very cool part of the song, just follow me. And I played that wrong, but you know the drill. So I mentioned about soft picking and hard picking, and you see a very good example of that. He always uses his guitar volume for just smoothing some gain, cleaning some gain, I mean. He already cleaned up his guitar quite a bit, but he just picks very soft. And he keeps up the tempo again without even finishing the lick. We're gonna play that one more time. He just joins the drum jam without even finishing his lick. You see that? I mean, I didn't mention any funky. But you gotta master this, I mean, for In Any Time, for Have a Cigar, for Sorrow, I mean, a lot more. And of course, any color you like to. So I was actually considering Echoes' funky part, at least, for Any Color You Like's part. Then I thought, I mean, Gilmour's funky part on Echoes is not what you normally see from the guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's one of the most important pieces of music ever created, and it's probably my favorite gem of all time. I think it's the most fun guitar solo to play ever. But most of the times you don't see Gilmour playing chord-shaped licks, like, I mean... when you start to play, it's hard to leave it. So like I said, not your typical Gilmour style guitar solo, but if you have the time, master this song too. See my tabs on Patreon for Gdansk version of Echoes' funky part. It's the perfect tab. I mean, just played it 100 times and backing tracks there too. And you can just follow my tutorial on Gdansk version with fretboard on everything. I mean, perfect tutorial. So, final solo you should play, learn and master and play over and over again is Fat Old Son, but Gdansk version. You don't see Gilmour playing on an upbeat track like ever, maybe. I mean, Today is maybe, or Coming Back to Life is in another major key. Most of the times you hear him playing on a minor key. So you're gonna master fretboard, going up and down, chord shape playing, something like that. Bends, of course, always bends, and slides. So, Fat Old Son is an upbeat track that I love to play. It's really fun to play. It's quite fast and you get a lot of crazy licks and stuff. Chord progression is like G, F, C. And the solo starts at G. I mean, you can play C here too, or here, or root note is here. This is how Gilmour plays this solo. I mean, you see this? This is actually C. G again. And you gotta master the following lick because you're gonna need a lot in this solo. on B. G started again. You remember what I told about 1.5 step bends? You gotta master them. Again. Not like... This is boring. And then going back to the chords again. This is actually C, but he plays and switches the pickup to neck. I'm trying to get to the best angle of the lighting, so I'm sorry. Oh, again, one of my favorite licks. This is chord shapes. You remember what I told about echoes, playing the chord shape? This is something like that, a little chord shape, but... This is actually very Hendrixy. What a perfect chord. We're gonna play that a little faster. And now, again, a little slower. I mean, what a perfect lick. He just picks the second string first, and then picks both of them. He's just a bridge pickup here again. He actually starts like a D shape. And this is actually off key. You remember the 1.5 step bends? Well, this is 2 full step bend, but you still don't need 2.5. This is just actually muting. I mean... And you gotta pick a lot. So my favorite part comes right now. So we're on G, right? And we can play over E minor pentatonic like we always do. This is actually pretty Hendrixy too. You can just... We're actually playing C right now. So G, D, F, C, and all of a sudden this big slide. I mean, I try to play licks. I'm not the best at explaining because I'm not a professional tutor. Just follow along, go back, play it over and over and over again, 100 times, 10,000 times. I have tab for all these songs and backing tracks. So these were the 4 guitar solos I want you to master. So play these 4 solos 10 times a day, and you'll be playing 40 Gilmour solos a day. That's gonna take like 2 hours, 3 hours. That's actually pretty long, but you know your stuff, you can just divide it into days, play the first one on the first day and the second one on the second day. And after these 4, I recommend you check out Raise My Rent on Gilmour's solo work, 1978. Perfect Gilmour song. I mean, song smells like David Gilmour. And you should check out Dogs as well, especially the dry solo and the final solo. Should I cover Raise My Rent and Dogs too? I mean, just go down the comments and just type. I love talking to you guys. Finally, if you keep this up, if you don't fall for tricks or cheap techniques and stuff, if you keep playing these and mastering these over and over and over again, I guarantee you, you're gonna see progress in a month. You should record yourself. You're gonna think, man, that sounds good. Then you should play these 4 songs 100 more times. Then you're gonna start sounding like the guy. Don't cut corners. I mean, my fingers were literally burning from all those bends and slides and techniques for playing gigs for 5 to 10 people who weren't even listening. Cheap gigs and cheap drinks. Those were the best times. Though my fingers were burning, it was totally worth it, and it will be for you too.